What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new video. So today then I want to show you how to find products that have the capability to do over £3,000 in sales in one single day. So here we are then in the Shopify dashboard of one of my stores, and these are the sales numbers from last week then. So for this store I typically average around kind of like the 2k mark. As you can see, it fluctuates up and above kind of around that number, but then actually on the 29th I did a little bit over 3 grand. It dipped down to where it usually sits, but then actually on the 31st it jumped up to almost £4,000 in one single day. So with this particular store then, probably 85% of the sales come from one single product, and then the other 15% is made up from a simple upsell offer. So what I've done then is I've put together a list in this Google document of just the different websites, different tools and different methods that I used. So I'm just going to run through these quickly then with you guys one by one, and hopefully help you guys then find some pretty decent products as well. But before we get into this then, as always, I am giving away a free one-to-one call with me on this video. All you've got to do then to enter the draw is simply like the video and leave a comment down below. And if you commented on my previous video, then just make sure you stay tuned to the end of this one where the winner will be announced. And that means so then let's get straight into this. So ideally then you want to go for products that solve a problem / make somebody's life easier, because then there's a need and a want for the product. And if you can, then you want to try and find a product that people have never seen before. And this is the hardest thing to do. So when people typically then talk about saturation when it comes to dropshipping, most of the time then they're talking about selling the same products or advertising the same products that everybody else is advertising. So to differentiate yourself from everybody else, you either want to make sure you advertise that product in a different way. So when people see your ad, they see it as a different product because it's not just the same image or same video, or you actually do want to advertise a unique products that you don't see typically very much on Facebook, and you can do your own research then to see if there are ads of a particular product, which I'm going to be showing you later on in the video. So cost wise then, ideally you want to try and find items that cost less than $10 to you, and that is delivered as well, for a couple of reasons really. Number one, because then you avoid any kind of import taxes if you are shipping to the UK, because the limit is around the £15 mark. And then perceived value wise, you want to try and make sure that when somebody sees that product, they're happy to pay at least double what you're paying for it. So if you're paying $10 to delivered, then you want a perceived value of at least $20. That way it's going to leave you at least $10 cost per purchase, which is kind of like a decent amount, and a decent target to work towards when advertising on Facebook. So total orders wise then, typically I try and find a product that has over 500 orders, but as it says there in brackets, that is just a guide. So orders, you can't 100% take that figure as your deciding factor of whether you got a winning product or not, because a product might have 10,000 orders, but then all of those orders might be going to one country, which means there's a whole bunch of other countries which haven't seen that product or haven't been ordering that product, and therefore it may be a good product. So the first couple of ways I want to show you then is simply using Aliexpress. Obviously this is where we are sourcing our products from, so it's a great place to start your research. So I've got my Aliexpress dropshipping center open here. The way you access it then is if you simply go into your account, click my Aliexpress, and then you can see up here we've got a tab for dropshipping center. And then these are the three things that I'm just going to run through with you now. So hot DS items is hot dropshipping items. It's going to show you the popular items essentially that other people are buying and dropshipping. And then if you just bring down this tab here, you can select the hot dropshipping items for each niche as well. So if you have built a niche store and you're struggling to find that winning product, then you can simply go in, find your niche and find one then that is selling really well in your niche. So let's say for example you're selling earrings. We can click on earrings and it's going to give you the earrings with the most amount of orders. So the next thing then that I want to show you then is this trusted suppliers rank, and this is actually really good because it shows you what the best rated suppliers are on Aliexpress. And again, you can filter this by category, and then when you find a store, so let's take for example this store here, it looks like they sell dog products. There's a couple of interesting ways then I like to find products using this method. So number one is obviously the top selling. You can scroll through, try and find a unique item that you haven't seen before. It's always good to have a knowledge then of the niche you're going into, because then certain products will stand out to you because you have a knowledge of the niche. And the other thing I like to look at as well is new arrivals. This is really a tab you should be checking out quite a lot, because if you can find a product that grabs your attention, looks really good, and be one of the first people to sell it on Facebook, then that's just a recipe for going viral and essentially just making loads of money off one product. And then the third and final thing, just to double check with the notes, is the product analysis. So if we just go back to our hot dropshipping items, we'll let this load up, and let's just take the wireless earphones then, for example, because I know for a fact that these are really popular right now. All you do is you take the URL, head back to the product analysis, we'll put the URL in there, click search, and it's going to give us the sales history of a particular product, so we can make sure that we are essentially going into this product and going to start selling this product at the correct time. So as you can see, sales are fairly steady. Then for whatever reason, sales shot up last week, in fact, and then sales started to drop down. Perhaps they had some sort of sale on, and then you can see they're slowly starting to creep up again. So to me, what this tells me then is that sales are fairly consistent, so it's quite a solid product. There's quite a solid demand for this at the moment, so now then would be a good time to actually go in and start selling a product like this. What you would want to avoid then is if the graph was, say, in this top left corner and it was steadily and slowly declining, that would be a sign then of a product that is coming to the end of its demand, and therefore it wouldn't be a good time to sell a product like that. So back to our notes then, the next thing I want to show you then is the CJ Dropshipping Marketplace. So these guys work with dropshippers and they can source and ship products for people like us. So these guys have got a first-hand experience of exactly what products are being sold and fulfilled and shipped, and therefore it's a great place to start with research, because it's going to tell you, as you can see, you can filter by the last 7 days, last 3 days, and it's going to tell you how popular these items are, or essentially how many sales have gone through in this past amount of days. So again, it's just a great place to look and find products. I was having a look at this website earlier, in fact, and this product here grabbed my attention, especially with summer coming up, people spending more time outside, going to the park. I think a product like this was going to absolutely kill it. And again then, if you've already chosen a niche, you can filter by the categories, choose whichever niche you're in. So home and garden, with the summer coming up, is going to be a good niche, a good popular niche. And again, it's going to show you the most popular products that are available that you can go ahead and dropship yourself as well. So back to the notes then, the next thing I want to show you then is Google Trends. So if you're not using Google Trends, then make sure you get used to using it, because again, when it comes to, you can pretty much just search a product and it's going to tell you exactly what kind of search volume it's getting and has been getting then all the way from, well, the past 5 years you can go from. You can select the country as well. So if we were to go worldwide, and as you can see, I've put wireless earphones in the search term, we can see that wireless earphones are on the upward trend. So again, as I mentioned earlier, a very good product to get into right now. And what we want to avoid then is if the graph was going the other way. So if it was on the way down, then that is a bad sign. It shows that that product is coming to the end of its trend, and therefore less and less people are buying it. Another thing as well is that Google Trends tells you where this popularity is coming from. So if you're not sure what kind of products you want to sell in, one of the beauties of dropshipping is we can sell to pretty much any country that Facebook will allow us to, and whichever country ePacket will ship to, then we can see exactly where the demand for a particular product is as well. So that being said, then that's Google Trends. Make sure you get used to using it, find your way around it. It's fairly simple to use and definitely a valuable tool. It's 100% free as well, so definitely worth using. So back to the notes then, another thing you can do then is use Facebook to check on competitors and then model the ads that they're running as well. So just as an example then, all I've done is searched for teeth whitening and then the words get yours, because they're the kind of words that you would see in an ad. And if you just click on videos like I have done here, it's going to list all the different videos with those keywords in, and it's going to give you the views as well. So you can easily find a video that's got a decent amount of views. So for example, this one then, that's 2 million. I can open that up. So for whatever reason it's not loading. Let's try that again. Sorry about that, for whatever reason my internet just cut out. So for example then, this one here, we can see it's got 750,000 views. We can open that up and we can see the exact ad they're running, on which we can go ahead and then model our ad on. And if we have a look at the ad description as well, again, we can model ourselves on that. As you can see, like, the most effective ads don't have to be really complicated. The simplest thing works. And that's handy. In fact, they've got a short URL as well. So another little trick I can show you is if you just copy and paste this into your URL bar and put a plus sign on the end, then it's going to tell you as well how many clicks that URL has had. So it gives you an idea then of how popular and how interested people are in that particular product. And it will tell you as well where that traffic has come from. So as you can see, a lot of it's come from Facebook, the majority on mobile. So it gives you exactly what you need to model your own Facebook ads on. So again, back to the list. Now, they're all the kind of like different methods I used to find that particular product I showed you earlier. In terms of how you would then go ahead and start marketing the product, it really does depend on the product. So Facebook works best then when you want to target a specific country, because you lose that control when you use Instagram influencers, because somebody might have 100,000 audience size, but 50,000 of those might be from the US, 30,000 from the UK, and then 20,000 from a whole load of different budget countries. So if you want to focus on one particular country, so if you just want to focus on the UK and you just want to focus on one specific audience as well, so people interested in dog walking, then you can't beat Facebook. The options and different tags and variables it gives you is just second to none to any other marketing platform. And then if you want to go down the Instagram route, then niches such as the fitness and fashion niches, I can't talk right now, tend to work the best because they're quite visual niches, and those spaces then are absolutely huge on Instagram. So when it comes to things like Instagram influencers, again, they just lend themselves towards that method of marketing. And a couple of quick tips then when it comes to Instagram influencers: stick to a personal brand, so a page that has a face behind it, and try and, if you're tight on a budget as well, then stick to influencers with a smaller audience size, so anywhere up to 500,000 at the very max. Instagram also works really well for brand heavy products. So for example, then people buy fitness clothing and fashion clothing, or just clothes in general, because of the brand it has on them. So if you want to build a brand from day one, then getting an influencer on board is key to your success, because if they agree with your brand and your brand's vision and mission statement, and you can get somebody with a decent following to represent your brand, people will want to buy your clothes because of who's wearing them. And that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up there. I've just about went through everything I wanted to. Any questions on any of this at all, please do leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video, if you're still watching, thank you very much. Hopefully it is because you enjoyed the video. So please do leave a like. And if you want to be entered into that one-to-one raffle as well, that will be announced tomorrow, then don't forget to leave a comment down below as well. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching, and let's get into announcing the winner of the previous video. So here we are then, guys, on the previous video, how to create high converted product pages for your Shopify store.